Your Instagram DMs never stop. Questions, bookings, the same reply 100 times. You can't answer them all, and every slow reply is a customer gone. But what if they answered themselves, in your voice, day and night? Meet VolvexChat. It connects to your Instagram and replies to your DMs instantly in your brand's voice. Setup takes about 5 minutes, right from your phone. Connect Instagram, add your business knowledge, and you're live. Powered by artificial intelligence, it learns from your Instagram, so every reply sounds like you. VolvexChat, launching soon at chat.volvex.ai.
This video was fully generated by AI. The voice, the music, the animations, the design, all of it. I made it in about 20 minutes with just one prompt and only one revision, and it cost me $0 in API credits. My name is Ilya, and in this tutorial I will show you how you can build exactly the same type of video with only your Claude Code subscription and a bit of free time. Okay guys, so for this setup we need three key elements, and the first one is obviously Claude Code. To run Claude Code you need the minimal, at least the minimal $20 Claude Pro plan. And second one is HyperFrames. It's a free and open source software. Don't worry, I will explain you in a sec how to run it and how to install it. It's very easy and straightforward process. And the third one, we will need a skill from my free Skool community, the link below. And yeah, this skill will help us refine the final results so we get a really high quality demo video. And this tutorial will not cover how to install Claude Code. There are plenty of videos on YouTube how to do this, so we're not gonna waste time on this. If you have some problems though, you just can send me a message and I'll help you out. Okay, now let's dive a bit deeper how this whole thing works under the hood. So it all starts with Claude Code, where Claude, kind of like a director for this particular video, creates the script, so what is going to happen in the video, and then creates a series of web pages. And as you heard it right, the web page. So we can think of each separate frame where something is going on in the video as a separate web page with an animation. So for example, first frame could be that there is a very nice logo popping up on the screen with a nice animation. And we can think of this not as a video, but just as a web page with the animation where logo pops up. So what HyperFrames does in the step 2, it essentially splits this web page with animation into frames. So for example, it takes like 5 seconds for this animation for the logo to pop up, and we have, let's say, 30 FPS, so 30 frames per second. So 30 multiplied by 5, we get 150 frames in this particular web page. And what HyperFrames does, it splits this animation and web page into 150 frames, screenshots them, and then glues them together into MP4 format video. On top of this, HyperFrames uses local model that is available on your machine, local TTS model, so text-to-speech model, and uses this model to generate the script written by Claude into actual voice. Also, HyperFrames has access to sound effects and music with in the built-in library, and so it uses those as well to create the finished product, so which is basically all these frames glued into video, then with the voice generated through the local TTS model, and with added sound effects and some music with the built-in library. So the coolest part of this whole thing is that we use AI essentially only to, well, generate the script and this series of web pages, and all the other stuff, it just happens locally on your machine. So no cloud, no credits, no API keys, all happens with this awesome free and open source software right on your machine. Now the last theoretical part before we go to generating new video with this stack. So why do we need a skill if there is already HyperFrames and Claude and they can pretty much nail the job? Well, I mean, skill just provides additional perks. So for example, you're gonna give a prompt to Claude, and then Claude gonna use HyperFrames, and I mean, obviously with the prompt you kind of like set the direction, but the final result can still drift to any direction essentially. And but with this skill there is a quite strict structure. So it's done for marketing videos specifically, so it follows this hook, product, proof, and call to action structure. Then it also does the honesty check, so it double checks any single fact or piece of information it gets from the website, which is the original source of truth. You provide the website, and the skill uses this website as a source of truth for generating the video. Then it also does kind of like self-check after the product is done, after the video is done. So again, after the final product, which is video in this case, is done, it checks this video again to find if there are still might be some kind of facts that were imagined by AI, or maybe some misspelling of some kind of name or product feature. And yeah, and for it's just, yeah, I just run this skill quite a few times before, yeah, I got rid of all the errors, and all these errors, so all these mistakes that were done, they are now kind of like embedded as strict rules in this skill. So essentially you get quite a good package for your own videos. And the best thing is that I built it with Fable 5, with currently the most capable model by Anthropic, and it works perfectly fine with Opus 4.8. So you don't need to spend a lot of tokens and use the most expensive Anthropic's model to get the decent result. You can just do it also with Opus 4.8, which is probably the best part about the skill. Okay guys, now let's generate the video. And how do we do this? So first thing, you need to download the skill from my free Skool community, the link below, and you will get this kind of zip file, which is called video-studio-skill.zip. So first thing, we have to unzip it, and then we get this folder, and we drop it into the project folder. So specifically for this project, I created a new folder, which I called demo-video. And now I need to open this project folder into IDE, or where do you guys communicate with Claude Code. So I, for example, use VS Code, and highly suggest you do the same. But if you use terminal, just navigate to demo-video, well, your project folder, and yeah, start Claude there. So now once we are here, we can actually install HyperFrames. So how do we do this? We use this command. We tell Claude to install HyperFrames by running this command, which is npx skills at heygen-com HyperFrames all. And HyperFrames is the product of Heygen company. Now we hit enter and let the Claude do the work. Okay, so now we successfully installed HyperFrames, and we can see it here. So HyperFrames installed, 20 skills added to agent skills. So yeah, we can see all these skills that come with the HyperFrames package, all nice and good. And now let's generate the actual video. We're gonna do it with this small prompt. So in this prompt, we tell Claude to check Video Studio skill, the one you downloaded from my free Skool community, and then follow this. So make a 35-second product ad for this website. I'm gonna show it to you in a sec. And capture the site's real colors, fonts, wipes, warm, premium, irresistible, and only claim things that are actually true on their website. So no bullshit. And then render the final video and show it to me. So this is quite an interesting experiment, because this website is not a software product. Let me show you in a sec. Check it out. So it's quite famous bakery in New York, and they're famous for their giant cookies. So I'm quite interested what kind of final result we're gonna get, because, well, I mean, obviously their site, I find it extremely appealing. Their website is absolutely awesome. But well, I mean, I made this skill and this setup kind of for the software product, so it's an open question what kind of result we're gonna get with this type of website. But anyway, there is only one way to find out, and that's to basically run this prompt. All right, so now Claude will do everything we asked it to do, so generate a video with HyperFrames. I think it's gonna take about 20 minutes or so, so don't be glued to your screen. You can go and chill and do some other stuff or take care of other things, because yeah, it's gonna take a bit of time. So yeah, once it's ready, let's come back and check the, oh yeah, we got the list what it plans to do. Also, just before you guys leave for the 20-minute wait time, check the model we are using. It's quite important. We're using here Opus. So it's not Fable. I mean, obviously you can use Fable, maybe you'll get a better result, but this whole pipeline was designed so it works it doesn't work only with Fable, because it was done by Fable 5, but it also works with less capable models like Opus 4.8, which is quite good, because, well, Fable 5 gonna consume for this kind of task your tokens very fast. But anyway, let's wait for the final video and then come back to it. Alright, so the video is ready, took about 20 minutes, and now let's see what we got.
This is New York City's most famous cookie. Baked fresh every day since 1995. Big and famously ooey gooey inside. Simple ingredients, a little love, and slightly less than half a pound each. The cookie New Yorkers line up for, a true New York institution. Packed in the classic blue box and shipped same day across the country. Levain Bakery. Shop now at levainbakery.com.
Okay guys, so I don't know about you, but I personally really like this video, and it's quite funny that AI basically, our pipeline basically one-shotted this video, and we don't need to spend time and tokens refining it. Maybe, well, maybe you want to change something, but I personally find this version, well, ready to go, like whatever is it, like for the promotion or for marketing campaign, like whatever. So pretty decent result, I have to say. And the crazy stuff that everything happened basically locally on our machine. But yeah, but anyway, obviously there are some, it's not always going to be like this, so there are some things that you might want to change. And how do you do this precisely? So let's start first with the basic one. For example, AI doesn't like nail some kind of text. For example, I know here you might say that, okay, famously ooey gooey, I mean, it might sound nice, but I don't know, like maybe in writing it doesn't look as good as like one would expect. So for example, you want to change this text for something else. Well, you do it, the changes happen very easily. So first you just screenshot this area of the screen, and then you just attach this screenshot to Mighty Claude, and you just press here, upload from computer, attach the screenshot, and then just write that, yo, in this screenshot, this famously ooey gooey, I want you to replace it to something else. And that's basically how you do the visual changes. You can also, yeah, you can also do the same with how the frame is composed, and how the animations move. You can just screenshot the frame and just explain Claude what do you want to change. Same goes with the sounds and music. So for example, there is, I don't know, like in some specific place might be the whoosh sound that I don't know, like maybe too loud or too quiet, or you just don't like the sound at all. Well, with sounds you can't do the screenshots, you have to put a timestamp, like for example here, like at 15 seconds, you say like, okay, this whoosh sound, can you replace it with, I don't know, like ding sound, for example. Or there is this sound attached, again, you go back to Mighty Claude here, and in Mighty Claude you just, yeah, upload from computer, upload your sound, and say like, okay, at this time frame, please remove this whoosh sound and replace it with the sound file name attached. And same goes with the other things like music and voice. You can change this way the narration from male voice to female and vice versa. So just you do all these changes, just, yeah, screenshot them or timestamp them. And then one piece of advice: when you do all this, don't go one by one, because every single change requires the re-render of the whole thing, and it's a bit of time consuming. So it kind of like makes sense to just combine all these changes into one big prompt with all the corrections that you want AI to do, and then just, yeah, press enter. The video will be re-rendered, and you will get the very fine result. And this is it, guys. If you made it this far, congrats, and hopefully that was fun and you learned something new. And if you find this tutorial useful, please hit like and subscribe, that helps me a lot. And I hope to see you on the next one. Thanks a lot.